In this video, we're going to go over the power of tonality. Now, I'm sure you've heard the statement that it's not what you say, but how you say it. And that is 100% true. And so what we're going to go over here in this lesson is how you can use tonality to your advantage. The first thing to keep in mind is that 38% of communication is your tone of voice. Remember, it's not what you're saying. And so you can say the same exact thing with different tonality, and each one of those is going to get taken in and interpreted differently. And so with tonality, this goes directly into the unconscious. That's why a lot of people, when they're communicating, when they're talking, a lot of us tend to already make a judgment of how somebody is. So for example, let's say somebody is talking in a crowd and they talk very quietly, they're raising their pitch when they're saying different things. And so through that whole entire conversation, people are not really paying attention to what they're saying. They're paying attention to how they're saying it, because another person can be saying the same exact thing and will be interpreted differently. So this is how you can use this to your advantage, is understanding that there's different types of tonality that we can use, and being able to use it at the right time in any type of interaction that we're having, whether it be personal, business, right? We're going to get the right type of response from that individual. So the way that we're able to maximize our attention and maximize our tonality is by using voice inflections, depending on the particular part of a sentence. This conveys enthusiasm and excitement no matter what we're saying. So when making an assertion, the most powerful tonality is to inflect downward progressively. This shows that you're confident in what you're saying because you say it with conviction rather than seeking approval for it. So for example, let's say I were to say, "Do you want to move forward?" Or "Are you ready to move forward?" Versus, "Are you ready to move forward?" Right? Notice the difference there. When my voice inflection is going downward, right? And when I'm raising it up, it's more of a question and where I'm feeling unsure of myself, right? Just think about when you're communicating with a prospect. You've done the presentation. Everything looks good. The numbers look good. They're excited. And then you come across like, "So John, based on what we discussed here today, sounds like this is going to be a great investment for you. So are you ready to move forward?" Right? Notice how unsure I am of myself and my services, right? Versus coming across and mentioning, "Hey John, based on what we discussed here, sounds like this is going to be a great fit for you. The numbers make sense, right? So is there anything else that you need to know before we move forward?" And notice the difference there and how that's communicating a lot more than just what I'm saying, right? And so people can read this unconsciously. Everybody's able to understand the tonality and the voice inflections. And so understanding that when you're asking a question and you're really trying to find out and figure out information, that you are raising the pitch of the last two words when you're asking that question, when you sincerely are looking to find out, right? Now, this is typically used in our discovery call when we're looking to discover and find out information about the business and what they're looking to accomplish. And when we're asking for the sale, or when we're looking to come across confident and commanding, we want to inflect our voice downward so that we come across like we're confident, right? Just think about communicating with the opposite sex, where you ask or you say, "Hey, I'd like to take you out sometime," versus, "Hey, I'd like to take you out sometime," right? Notice how that makes a world of difference there. And here's something that you can use to practice. So try saying, "Sounds like you're ready to move forward," using the three different types of tonalities. The first one is raising your pitch up, and the second one is where you're just keeping it normal, like you're just making a statement. And the third one is where it's going down, like you're making a command. So let's go through the example. So the first one, we're going to say this like we're asking a question, voice inflection going up. "Sounds like you're ready to move forward," right? Notice how that sounds. And then number two, this is where we're just making a statement. "Sounds like you're ready to move forward," right? Nice and simple, straightforward. And then number three, "Sounds like you're ready to move forward." Notice how my voice inflection went down. This is where we're making a command, and this is how we want to be communicating, because remember, tonality is understood at an unconscious level, and people are already making judgments about you based on how you're communicating and your tone that you're using, right? So very, very powerful and very important that you use the right tonality for the right situation, right? The right circumstance. So that's going to be it here for the power of tonality. and we'll see you on the next one.